and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to talk about the power of detachment, how detachment makes you a magnet for everything. But first of all, you have to understand that detachment does not mean that you become insensitive. You are just disconnected from everything. That's not detachment. Detachment means that you are in a state of let go, and a person who is detached, they can enjoy life more deeply because they are not trying to hold on to anything. They are not attached to anything. They are in the moment, and when the things are there for them to enjoy, they enjoy them. But when it's time to let go, they're able to do that as well. So it does not disconnect you from life, but it actually helps you to embrace life. And the major difference between attachment and detachment is of letting go. Attachment is all about grabbing to something, holding on, possessing something, and the ego likes to attach itself to things so that it feels safe, so that it feels it is in the known. And on the other hand, detachment is all about letting go, is all about being in a space where you are free, where you don't feel that you are in a cage. And this is why detachment frees you. It makes your energy potent, more powerful, and that's how you become magnetic. So if you want to live a life completely detached from the future, from the outcome, because that is the main form of detachment that we need to understand. You have to get to know the attachment first, the ego's attachment. Whatever the ego does, it does for the future outcome. And all the attachments also, they are based on the future. It can never enjoy the present, it can never enjoy the presence of a person, a thing, an idea, a concept for just this moment. It should be always related to some future event. That's how the ego functions. It lives in time, especially the future. It wants to grab the future, know the future. So whatever it does for an outcome. Whether it is the number game of social media, money, it always seeks something in the future through that thing. That's why it is attached. It wants to secure something in the future, and it constantly lives there. And in that process, nothing is spontaneous. Everything feels forced. Everything feels rigid. The energy becomes really dull and dense. That is attachment. And in detachment, when you are detached, you're completely free from the future because you no longer operate in ego, in time, in attachment. And this is one of the core things that you will have to understand. The more you operate in time, in ego, the less detached you can be. Everything can control you because you will try to control everything. This is the most basic principle that people don't understand. When you think that you can control something, you're giving your power away to that thing. Everything, your entire state of being depends on your ability to control that thing. And if you are not able to control the outcome, the future, you start becoming uneasy, uncomfortable. And we all know that we can't control the future, the outcome. All that we can embody and express can happen in this moment. In a way, you can say that you have a certain control over this moment. Even to say control is a bad choice of word. You can be spontaneous, you can flow in this moment. But the ego does not understand this. It wants to constantly be in a possessing mode, in a controlling mode. That what can I do right now so that I can control a future outcome. So you have to see this functioning of the ego, that this is how it functions. It lives in time and it lives in control. It's all about the future all the time, and it is never here and now, because in the here and now there is nothing to grab, there's nothing to hold on to. You are completely in the unknown. There is no planning required to flow, to be spontaneous. And a lot of people don't even know this way of life. You might have experienced this when you are in the moment sometimes, when time just seems to fly by, when you're doing something that you love, when you're having an amazing time with your loved ones, when you just don't want that thing to stop because you're so in the moment. It's nothing big, but you're enjoying it. But we live in a time where we are doing everything for the outcome. We are completely in the grasp of the ego. So a lot of people don't even know that they can live like this, spontaneously, moment to moment, being free from time. And the moment you are free from time, which is the future, You become like a conduit for a higher energy. Because now the way you will function will be really different from the way a person functions who is attached to the outcome. Now your vibration will carry a ripple effect. Everything that you do from a space of freedom, let go just for the fun of it, spontaneously in a flowing state, it creates a ripple effect, a powerful vibration. Now, anything can happen with that energy. You are taking a quantum jump. Nothing is fixed. Whenever the ego does something for the future, it is very fixed. You know that I will do this and that will happen. But when you do things spontaneously, you don't even know what can happen, what possibilities are there, because you made nothing certain. When nothing is certain, everything is a possibility. So you are open to multiple possibilities. That's quantum jumping. Anything can happen. Such things happen when you operate like that your ego can't even comprehend right now. That's my experience. Such things can happen that you can't even plan with your ego right now. The ego's information thinking is very limited. It operates in time. It lives linearly, not multidimensionally, not quantumly. But your spirit, your consciousness, has something higher to offer. But for that, you have to live outside of time, beyond ego, beyond future, beyond the outcome. So unlearn this outcome oriented thinking. Even your desires are all about the outcome. What about this moment? Whether it is your purpose, whether it is your passion, whether it is your profession, anything, relationships. Why are you always thinking about the future there? When you think for the future, you think about the attachment, the outcome. When you think about the here and now, you are in a state of let go. You can only let go when you are in a state of detachment, when you are here and now, when you are in the moment, when you are spontaneous. You can't let go when you're always thinking about what will happen after I let go. How can I deal with this thing in the future? If I do this right now, what will happen in the future? This is the mind. So you have to unlearn this by gaining more consciousness, by raising your level of awareness, by realizing that life is here and now. The more spontaneous you become, the less you need control. You become free from the need of control because you realize there is something higher is at play, a divine force that is beyond your control. So if a person who is always living in the mind, who is always attached, who is always in the outcome, if they never live spontaneously moment to moment, they can't grasp this. This will just be a concept for them. This will just be a thought, not a living experience. Because they will be understanding this from the filter of the mind. And the mind will say, this does not make sense. This is dangerous. How can you live like this? But this is the only way. The mind can't grasp this. This is the way of the spirit, of your consciousness. And this is the truth, that life is always here and now. Time is created by our human mind, and we have become slaves of it. This is the truth. It's always here and now. But how often are you here and now? We are never here. We are always in the future. And that takes all our energy. It drains our energy. So if you can channel all your energy in the moment, just think about it, how powerful that can be, and how powerful that vibration will be. And that vibration will create ripple effects. And anything can happen with that ripple effect. You can manifest anything because you are not chasing anything. You are not in the chasing vibration. You are in the attracting vibration. That's why detachment attracts everything. It makes you magnetic because you are not running after something. You are just being who you are. You are just sharing. You are just overflowing. You are flowing, and that attracts everything to you. Everything that is of highest vibration, of highest alignment with your frequency. It comes your way effortlessly. You don't have to chase it anymore. Chasing comes from control. When you want to control the outcome, control everything that happens in your life. You don't have to chase anything when you live a life of alignment, of detachment. So the ego will always make you feel that detachment is something that is related to being insensitive, disconnected from life. But that's not the truth. A person who is detached, he is the one who is living life. A person who is detached, they are the one who are enjoying the juice of life because they are not holding on to anything, grabbing to anything. They are simply floating on the river. Think about it. Who is the one who is enjoying life? The one who is swimming against the river or who is simply floating on the river? And while floating, everything that they want is coming to them effortlessly. So be free from the future, from time, and start living moment to moment. Be here and now and unlearn the ways of the ego to realize the power of your consciousness, of your spirit. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, you can like, you can share, you can comment. And thank you for taking the time to subscribe. Much love to you all.